Hi everybody, Lisa here again, and just going to real quick show you the group breakout tool. I've been asked a lot about this tool in some of the sessions, and when used properly it could be really engaging and you can come up with some really fun and interesting assignments, assessments, or group activities to help with engagement. So here we are in our, I am in our Blackboard Collaborate, and I have some very lovely faculty who agreed to sign in and be my groups in here. So these are from the Science Department on Central, so thank you very much for helping us out. In order to access the group tool, we go over to our Collaborate toolbox over here, and we select the little arrow pointing to the right. This is our Share Content tool. The breakout groups or group tool is all the way at the bottom. It's the last one. It says breakout groups. Select this tool and you now have a couple of options. The tool will automatically put everybody into a group. I can randomly assign the groups, so that's the default, and Collaborate will randomly throw students into groups. I can change the number of students in a group. I could make that 3 or 4 or 5, depending on how many students you have in the room. The minimum number of students you can have to form groups is 4. So if you have less than 4 students, you won't be able to use the group tool. So here I have 2 groups. They are each of 2 people. You can see they're divided up. And when I hit the Start tool, now my students are moving into their breakout groups. When the students are in the breakout groups, they will be able to talk to each other and only hear each other, so they can have group conversations privately. In addition to that, they can share a whiteboard, they can collaborate together, they can share information together, particularly if you made them presenters as their role in the class. Once they are in these breakout groups, you as the moderator, you can see I'm the moderator up here, you may want to enter into the group rooms to check on them. So I want to see if Lisa and Nilo are, if they're collaborating, if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and I can enter their room and I can join. So I join their group. Now I am connected. You can see that the only 2 people that I am connected to are Lisa Ayala and Nilo Marin. And if we were speaking, they are the only 2 that can hear me. So I can come into the room, say, hey, do you guys need any assistance? Do you need any help? If you do, raise your hand or let me know. I can leave that room and go to group 2. In group 2, I have Elena Cayenas and Rebecca Clark. And these 2 faculty members are in group 2. I could say, hey Elena, hey Rebecca, everything going okay? Do you need any help? They would be able to respond to me, and that conversation would simply be within this group. Once you are done, or you don't want to be in anybody's group, up at the top is the main room. You can go back to the main room, but your students are still in session. When you are ready to leave the breakout groups, you can do this a few ways. If you're in the attendee tool, which is the best way to navigate around in the group tool, you just simply hit this button right here to end all of the breakout groups. I see Elena is working in group 2 here, which I think I'm in. So I am going to enter into group 3. I'm going to turn on my microphone here and see if Elena can hear me. Elena, can you hear me? Okay, so Elena can hear me, but nobody else can. Now I'm going to go, okay, great. I'm going to go into group 1. Now that I am in group 1, only Lisa and Nilo can hear me. Nilo, can you hear me? He sent me there you are. Oh, Lisa's here. Great. Can you do me a favor? Can you see if you are capable of sharing a file?
I'm here too.
Okay. Can you share, see if you can share a file?
Yes.
There we go. So you can see here, Edalisa is capable of sharing a file, but that file will only be shared between her and the other people that are in her group. Once we go back to the main room, then that's the file. That file is not being shared in the main room. It's only being shared in the group that Edalisa is in. I'm going to end the groups now. And now we're back to the main room. You can then make one of the group members the presenter for that particular group and allow them to present those group activities. So that's one of the ways that you can use the group tool and use that to engage your students in some group activities and some active learning type processes. So now that we know how to use the breakout group tool or the breakout tool, I'm going to show you what happens for students when they're in there about sharing some documents. So we go to the breakout group and we select start. So now that we're in the breakout groups, we have group 2 here is Lena and Edalisa, and then we have group 1 here, which is myself and Nilo. And as the moderator of the room or of the session, I can move around from one to the other. Now what I can do here is I'm going to unmute my microphone and I'm going to ask Nilo to share a document. Hi Nilo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you please share a document?
Sorry?
Would you please share a document? So even though Nilo is a participant and would not normally have the share file ability, in the group setting, he is capable of sharing a file. So he's uploading a file and then it will be shared to the room. So here Nilo has shared a picture of a leaf. Now I'm going to leave group 1 and I'm going to go into group 2 to show you that Elena and Edalisa will not be able to see those files. So now I'm in group 2 and it looks like Elena and Edalisa are playing with the pool tool, but they're not seeing the file that Nilo shared. So your students can have that temporary, as a participant, can have that temporary presenter status, share files with each other, and those will be available to only those people in the group. Now I'm going to stop the group share, right? We're in breakout groups. I'm going to exit breakout groups and bring everyone back to the main room. Once we're back into the main room, what we now have is all of the group's files that they have shared are now available in the Share Files tab. So your students, if you give them, you can see here we have group 1 has shared files twice, group 2 has shared a file, and then group 1 has shared another one. So I can come in here and it shows me the file that Nilo shared that we saw. And now when I share this file, everyone can see it. This is really convenient if you have your students doing group work. You have them then in the group upload their file, and then you don't have to worry about them having to become a moderator, or even you can just make them a presenter and they can go to the Share Files tab and their presentation or whatever it is they prepared as a group will now be available for them to share. I hope that this really enlightened everyone maybe a little bit and gave you some extra tools in the in the breakout groups. It's been something a lot of faculty have been really interested in the past couple of sessions, so I wanted to put something together to show you how it worked. I hope everybody has a great transition on Monday and best of luck.